The message from the young survivors of gun violence: our politicians have failed to stop mass shootings in schools. Vote them out, shouted the crowd of hundreds of thousands. They came from across the US for a rally in Washington, D.C. with a simple message: gun control now.
I've developed a sense of hopelessness because this happens on the normal basis, everyday basis. Today I'm seeking that change. I'm seeking the revitalization that we've been asking for.
The March for Our Lives rally was organized by a group of teenage survivors who witnessed the high school shooting in Parkland, Florida in February that left 17 dead. One of the most gripping moments occurred when Emma Gonzalez, a student and survivor of the Parkland massacre, stood on stage and then paused in silence for several minutes, the time it took for the gunman to kill his victims.
Since the time that I came out here, it has been 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
The 9-year-old granddaughter of slain civil rights leader Martin Luther King addressed the crowd. She said, like her grandfather, who famously delivered his "I Have a Dream" speech in 1963, that she too has a dream.
I have a dream that enough is enough. And that this should be a gun-free world, period.
The mostly young people who came to protest say they are tired of living in fear of the next school shooter.
Recently, there was a lockdown at my middle school because there was a threat of an active shooter on campus, and I was getting messages from my friends because I wasn't in school that, hey, I just want you to know you're one of my best friends, and if I don't make it out of this, I want to let you know that I love you.
Marchers are demanding background checks for all gun purchases and an end to the sale of assault rifles. And they say they'll vote out any politician who gets in their way.
It feels different because it's no longer just adults advocating for kids. The kids are standing up for their own rights because we are tired of seeing these shootings constantly. And every morning when I have to leave for school, I'm scared that I may not make it home.
What makes this different, what makes this historic, is that this march has been organized by teenagers, the survivors of the massacre in Parkland, Florida. And why that's different is because they're refusing to play these politics by the old rules. In the past, a shooting would occur, Democrats and Republicans would argue, and then the issue would fade away. These teenagers here say they'll keep fighting until America sees meaningful gun reform. These teenagers face staunch opposition from powerful interest groups like the National Rifle Association and a president who has so far balked at the prospect of banning assault rifles. But the teenagers here on Saturday say they're just getting started. Toby Muse, CGTN, Washington.